Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ozzy's Drives. I'm very excited to present today's cars because it's the first muscle car on our channel. It's the Chevrolet Camaro SS from 2015, which means it's the 5th generation. Before we start the review, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like, support us. Let's start with the design. So a lot of you might think bad about the car because it looks very fast and it's actually not that fast. But hey, I mean, this is a pony car. It has only one purpose, and it was built to beat the Mustang, because in the 60s they didn't have a competitor to a new division that emerged, which was called the pony cars. So the only reason we have this car today in its 5th generation is actually because they wanted to beat the Mustang, and they did a pretty good job. I mean, look at that. The face looks very nice after they kind of did a sabbatical for 8 years after 2002, where the Chevrolet Camaro, the 4th generation, came out and looked very bad. This was a very pleasant car to look at, and it actually won a bunch of design awards for the looks, and it still looks, I think it still looks great. It's 8 years old, still looks beautiful. The design is even almost 15 years old. Let's continue here. We have some openings, of course, to cool this massive engine. This underneath is also here to cool a little bit of the engine. It's naturally aspirated, so it doesn't matter that much. This one here is fake. We have nice headlights, and it looks like an old school car from the 70s, just in a new style. Then of course, big wheels. This is aftermarket. A very big wheelhouse here, very nice arch here to make it a little wider. The car is very wide, 1.90 m in width and 4.80 m in length. It has this very nice coupe-like form. It's pretty deep. It's kind of very sporty, really. Looking at it, it's very sporty. Quite heavy though, 1,750 kilograms, only rear-wheel drive, and very, very interesting to look at. I really like the angles, the cuts, the width of the car here. This very nice integrated line with the back wheel arch. I mean, look at that. It really looks nice. And then you come to the back. Also looks like a classic car from the 70s. I love it. I really do like it. I really do. It's very nice. We have a diffuser here. We have some cutting angles. It kind of resembles the Chevrolet logo a lot. We have this little spoiler. We have this very interesting looking taillights, and I like it. I really like it. From behind it looks good. From the side it's also very nice. And the trunk space, I don't know if I can open it from here. Let's check with the key. The key is something we need to talk about because that is very hideous. That is actually very bad. So they say 11.3 cubic feet, which means we have 320 liters of volume. That's not that good actually for such a big car. And what is also very hideous is the key. So you get the key, right? And then you get another key. This you put into the car, right, to start it up, and this is for opening it up. But it has a button here and there's no key integrated in it. I don't know what they thought about it. Very stupid. But hey, the car costs 35,000 right now. You could buy it for 49K, brand new, imagine. And what you get for 49K, brand new, I'll show you that in a second. Let's check out the engine. Let me pop the hood and show you what the engine is all about. And no, this is not standard. The scissor doors are aftermarket, all right? So for that, you pull on the handle, close that down. The scissor doors remind me of the This Is How We Do video clip, you know, where 50 Cent in The Game drove the Cadillac. So let's look at the engine. All right, this is something very good because we have a fantastic engine. It's the LS3 6.2 liter V8 producing 432 horsepower and 570 newton meters of torque, able to accelerate the car from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds, and tops out the 250 kph electronically limited. 0 to 200 takes a little longer, 17.2 seconds, and fuel consumption is around 15 liters. If you drive it very easily on the Autobahn in 6th gear, you could actually manage to go slightly under 10 liters, but I wouldn't bet my life on it, all right? And let's have a listen. Welcome to the interior of the Chevrolet Camaro SS. Let me tell you something straight on, okay? You will not get fancy materials in here, and it's not a premium experience, all right? But I am okay with that. The reason why is the price tag. You could buy this car brand new for 49,000 Swiss francs, and the car uses as much plastic as a Huracan uses, for example, to be honest. So the middle console part here, this is all plastic, okay? Here around the gear knob is also plastic. You have some fancy stuff and it looks cool and great and fancy. The only leather part here actually is the little part here that surrounds the gear lever, also the gear lever top, the steering wheel, the seats are leather, and that's about it. You won't find leather anywhere else. This is kind of a leather imitation. I'm not sure if that is leather actually, and I couldn't look it up, to be honest. I couldn't find a source saying that it was leather. I think this is plastic. Then we have some plastic on the top, some plastic around the RPM gauge, the kph gauge, and plastic underneath. So basically everything here is covered in plastic. As I told you, I'm okay with that because of the price tag. What I like about the car though is the design. Okay, this is very, very fancy. Squarish elements here in the middle, for example, squarish elements down there with the air vents, etc. And the climate control and the touch screen, which is basically kind of, you have two touch screens, one in the middle, and those buttons left and right here are also touch screens. So that is kind of interesting that they didn't integrate it. The car doesn't have Bluetooth, which I do not understand because it has aux and everything. But other than that, it's quite an easy car. Two big cup holders, 6-speed gearbox. Here in the middle, you can turn off the ESP. Then you have your gauges like oil temperature, oil boost, the battery volume, and so on. So very nice. You even have a gauge that shows you the temperature of the gearbox, so if you can shift fast or not. Big steering wheel, cruise control, the gauge in the middle that is showing you how much fuel you use, how much reach you have left and stuff like that. You have the scissor doors, which are very funny, and you have actually a Boston premium audio, which is, it's pretty good, it's solid. You have some buttons to open the trunk and so on. Plastic here and ambiente light actually. It's pretty nice. It's a nice place to be in, and when you drive it, it's very comfortable. We got a full driving review if you want to check that out. Stay to the end of the video or go into the link of the description. Very easy. My favorite part though is the head-up display. You get a head-up display for 49K brand new, man. You can even change what you see on the head-up display. So for example, when I press this button, I have a push page button that tells me, okay, I can have the RPM gauge, for example, with the speed I'm driving. I can only have the speed with the temperature on the outside, and I can only have the speed. So it's very easy, it's very nice, and that's what I like about it. Heated seats, climate control, very nice to sit in. Great, it's great. For the money, you really can't tell anything else. The materials are cheap, not that good, but it's a great place to be in. And that's as far as we can go with the Camaro SS. We have a POV drive with it. We have a full driver's review. Make sure to check it out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, help us out, and see you on the next car. Goodbye.